Hello everybody, Reggie Time here, and I'm going to be playing some 10NL Zoom this morning. You're not going to watch all the boring stuff. I'm just going to play a session. I'm going to commentate live as I go along. Then I'm just going to put a little clip bit together afterwards where all the boring stuff you don't have to watch, and you only get to watch the pots where we see flop turns and rivers, or we see big pots. I haven't done a video in a while because I've pretty much exclusively been playing in the app club that I'm a part of. Games have been incredibly good there. I've been playing a mix of 40NL, 100NL, 46 card PLO, 66 card PLO, tiny bit of 106 card PLO. And for anyone who follows my channel, for you to know I'm playing those stakes, you have to know those games are bloody good. Otherwise, why would I be doing it? I'm a nit. I game select aggressively normally, and all of my volume is in there now, and that's not only because I'm involved with the club. It's just because the games are really good, and it's an excellent source of EV. So if you would like to take a look at the club or throw a little bit of money on there, then please do reach out, comment beneath the video. I'm going to be sharing this video to Facebook too, so comment beneath the Facebook video. On YouTube, there'll be a link to my Facebook page where you can contact me if you would like to take a look at those games. But that's not why we're making this video. I'm making this video because I like to stay sharp. I haven't played in tougher games for a while, and that's not to say 10NL Zoom is tough, but it's not easy. And I like to stay sharp. I like to work on my game, and I haven't done that now for months and months. So everything's back to normal now. We've had Cheltenham out of the way, we've had the school half term out of the way, college half term out of the way, which interferes with how much poker I get to play during the day. And now I've got a few weeks pure running where in the mornings I'm going to work pretty hard on my game and just focus in on a few areas where I think I've got sloppy. So without further ado, let's get into the hands. So we've been dealt a good hand here with the ace-queen and another one here with the king-10 suited. Ace-queen off versus cut-off. I would sometimes flat this versus that size. I'm going to 3-bet to 12 big blinds. With the king-10, we're just going to check. Out of position. Player bets half pot. Think too thin to raise. Obviously, our hand's way too strong to fold. Should have an easy call. Brick turn. Now player size is up. Still under repped. Player attacking what looks like a capped range, etc. Can't fold our hand. Deuce river. We're probably just going to have to check call down here, I think. I mean, we're significantly under it. We've capped our range. Loads of super strong value hands Willing can have. Maybe a hand like jacks. Maybe a hand like 6-7. Not going to fold this hand. Although I wouldn't love facing a large bet on the river. You just check back. And we're going to win the pot versus 7-8 suited. I don't know if he should bluff his hand on the river or not in theory, but in practice, he's got to the river with 8 high versus the capped range, and blockers be damned. I'm pretty sure I would have bluffed his hand. Depending on the king 4 suited, which is someone who's shaping up to be something of a nit, but we don't know yet for certain. Checking. Same player over here. Ace 5 suited small blind. We're just going to wait and see what's going on with this guy. If he's 12-10 stats, he's not the player I want to be betting against there. When this player checks back the flop, so far he's got a C-bet percentage of just 33%. I think King Eye has a little bit of showdown value, so we're going to Just check again. Now he's betting one. He's checked back flop. Now he's betting 1/3 in position on the turn. I'm not having this. He doesn't do anything yet to suggest to me that I think he's got a strong hand. So we're going to check raise and we're going to fire the river too. He called so quickly. He's checked back flop. Called really quickly versus the turn check raise. Just going to bet 150% on the river. See what happens. And we get the fold, which is nice. Easy call here with our king 10. This is half pot in position on the turn. I think this is like a freeze play. I expect this to go check, check a lot on the river. Folding the queen 10 versus middle position. I think you just try to freeze the action here when he blocks in position on the turn. I'll bet small in position on the turn. Yeah, not surprised to see that. I think our hand's still too thin to call. To raise, sorry. What did he have? King 9. So we've opened the ace-10 here. We've got a pretty good flop to just range bet. I don't use the small range bet in single raise pots. I use half pot as my range bet size. Plenty of immediate fold equity here. Some backdoor equity. Seems a no-brainer. Get called. We turn. Some equity with the queen. If he checks to us, we're going to overbet here. 15 big blinds. If he calls, probably just shutting down on the river. Here's king off here. We've raised middle early position. We've been 3-bet by middle position. This is going to be an incredibly strong range. Just going to call and proceed with caution. Flop top 2, which is nice. Range betting on the left-hand table with our jack 6. We face 1/3 here. Just going to call. I think his turn action will tell us a lot about his hand here. I mean, we lose to aces, kings, sets, jack, queen suited. I think I'm just going to be all in versus this size. If we're cooler, we're cooler. We just lose all our chips. But I want to get called here by pair plus flush draws, worse ace x, etc. Same hand, whatever, boring. Pocket fives here, we're checking. We face a smallish bet. Just going to call. So it's got a very high C bet. Lower turn barrel. Do we want to value bet our kings, our fives here? Is it too thin? I guess when you C bets pretty high frequency. I'm just going to block here and maybe call versus raise. He just folds. Ace 10 suited. Don't think we're going to get 3-bet here too often. Just going to flatten the button. Facing very small out of position C-bet, easy call. sizing up on the turn. Someone who's probably maybe shaping up to be recreational. Don't love this. Still not ready to fold, but we probably are going to fold the river to the third barrel. They check. I think we just take our showdown here. Don't see much of a good reason to value bet. That hand's clearly way too strong to bluff. And he just has some random bluff. And good for him. Someone who's played 31-0 so far has opened. We're just going to 3-bet and fold to a 4-bet. Range bet this flop. Don't expect it to work very often versus someone who's currently playing 31-0. But we're going to do it anyway. And we're going to double barrel the turn. And we take it down. So we haven't got a single hand on this player here. From Belgium, for what it's worth. And he's used a small 3-bet size. Just going to call with the jacks. Don't really want to see big bets here. We see quarter pot. Easy continue by way of call. Probably just going to fold this turn versus a double barrel. Especially when the tank comes in. The tank, then the double. This is just going to be a good hand. Way, way, way too often. Easy fold. (10-9) suited versus someone who's looking quite active. We've got a very passive looking big blind though, so we're just going to call here. Here we've been 3-bet by a small blind. We have the 2 queens with the easy call. Again, we get a flop that isn't ideal for our holding. Again, we face small bet. Again, we just continue with call. And again, versus turn big bets. It's going to be so underbluffed. I'm sure, versus in theory, our hand isn't going to be a pure fold. In practice, versus this sizing scheme, anything other than pure fold, in my opinion, would be an absolutely enormous blunder. These 10s, we've checked twice. I am concerned by the check flop, then pot turn line. But we're not going to fold our hand just yet. And I'm thinking about check raising this river, depending on his size and his timing. Just snap checks back, so never mind. Just massively overvaluing turn top pair. Guy's clearly a weapon. Ace-10 suited. I think we're going to squeeze this one. Obvious as a bluff. Get called. Get a very good flop for range. Reasonable flop for hand. Kick off with the C-bet. And get the fold. Flopping two pairs here. Quick check back. Just going to start betting our hand. Really like it, of course. We're going to check raise the 5 deuce over here versus this small bet. Ace is an interesting river. Some hands do now improve past us. Some two pairs, some straights, etc. Don't know what to do here, to be honest. Probably check. I think the ace is just such a good card for him compared to us. And easy call. Not expecting to win a huge amount of the time, but getting pretty good odds. We're getting like 3-1 nearly. And we beat the ace-9. Nice. Just for the sake of simplicity, we're going to range bet the ace-jack in position. 6 doesn't change much. Club flush draw doesn't change much. Going to block again in position here. Just tag it in like pocket pairs, etc. It's a very non-standard play in theory. And on the club run out, we're just going to give up now and hope to beat a hand like pocket nines, no clubs. Never mind, that didn't work out, but happy with how I played it, even if it's theoretically terrible. So we checked our entire range out of position here with the ace-9 suited. Going to lead the turn. This player looks particularly active. We call, and with the ace-9 suited here, we're going to go be greedy and go for a check raise. Going to go like 4.5 times this bet. It's like 30 something. Get called. Lovely. And the ace-10. We had a non-believer. I'm a non-believer here. Versus a Greek. I am a non-believer here, but it's just too worrying that he can just have had like pocket sevens and just be like, yeah, I'm all in, mate. Then we only have 25% equity versus better hands. Yeah, we're just not getting the right price. We're just going to fold. Never mind. Didn't work out. Flopping a set here in a limped pot on a monotone board. And lead out on the turn. And I'm going to block Call River. And beat the King 4. Happy days. So that's the end of the package. And as you can see by my stacks, and as you can tell by the hands, I played for an hour, and as you can see, almost nothing happened. That's just fast forward in a nutshell, really, isn't it? It's just like nothing happens. Still worthwhile exercise in just playing for an hour, using the strategy I use in the club games, in these games, just so I stay sharp with it and continue to build my muscle memory in terms of what I'm doing, what I'm hoping to achieve with my strategy overall, trying not to focus too much on short-term results and just trying to execute a strategy that long-term just absolutely prints EV versus humans. And it does. But as you can tell, that was a pretty boring session. Lots of pretty boring hands, frankly. And I'll be looking forward to playing in some softer games later in the club that I play in, which is with more players who just don't play 18/3 and 14/0 and 22/11. So as I said at the start, if you are well, I didn't say this bit at the start, but if you are a casual player, if you're a volume guy, if you want to play like many hands, then app poker isn't for you. If you're a casual player who's just really fucking stale with poker, and you're not really enjoying the game, and frankly, you're not getting very good results in the game, then I can highly recommend joining the club that I'm a part of. Yeah, your volume isn't going to be great. If you put a lot of hours in, you maybe get a couple of thousand hands a week, 3,000 hands in a week. But what you're guaranteed is games that are significantly softer than anything you'll find anywhere on mainstream sites. And you'll also have a far better chance of enjoying the game, seeing some crazy stuff going down, some mental stuff, stuff that you just don't see on mainstream sites. It's fun. It's very, very beatable. And for me, it's the perfect way to entertain yourself with poker. If poker's mostly just entertainment to you and not really a source of profit or income or passive income, then I would highly recommend giving it a whirl. You can contact me in the comment section of YouTube, in the comment section of Facebook. You can send me a PM on Facebook if you're on there. And yeah, just come and give them a look. What's the worst that can happen? You have a couple of nights and you're like, oh, this is a bit slow. This isn't really for me. And you can just take your money off and get back to what you were doing. But I would probably suggest that if you're a casual player who only plays like 1 or 2 tables usually, I think once you start, you won't want to stop because it's just a lot more fun than what I've just done for an hour. But I'm out of here now. I hope you enjoyed that. There wasn't that much to enjoy, but at least you only saw the hands when I was VPipping and you didn't have to suffer the tedium of the whole hour like I had to. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for